What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another review. This time we're taking a look at Jack Frost, starring Michael Keaton. Now, Jack Frost tells the story of a man named Jack Frost, who is a rock and roll dad who is unfortunately killed in a car accident, but then comes back as a snowman. Okay, that's the story of Jack Frost. Let's talk about it. I like this movie ever since I saw it in 1998. 22 years later, I still enjoy this movie, though when you watch it now, this movie is really hokey. It is really cheesy. But to me, Jack Frost, this movie this is overall a very harmless movie. And I still like it. I still get nostalgic watching this movie. It still tugs on the old heartstrings in a lot of certain scenes, particularly when the son Charlie is trying to cope with his father's death. No, I like the scenes like that, and I overall think that the performances in this movie, they're fine. I mean, they're nothing spectacular or life-changing, but they're fine. I'm a fan of Michael Keaton, always have been ever since I first saw him as Batman in 1980 in the '89 movie, and I like Michael Keaton in this movie. I thought he was fine. Nothing great, but he was fine. Kelly Preston, who plays the wife, I thought she was okay too, and I think her and Keaton have decent on-screen chemistry with one another. Nothing life-changing, but you buy them as a loving couple. And the same thing goes with the son. This movie is really built off the relationship between Jack and his son Charlie, and the kid who played Charlie, I thought he did a fine job. I thought he was okay. I think he and Keaton had decent on-screen chemistry with one another, and I buy it. This movie also has a very good supporting cast that includes Mark Addy, who plays Jack Frost's best friend named Mac. I think Mark Addy is a very underappreciated actor. I do think he's a lot of funny, and I enjoyed him as the character of Mac. Though I don't think this movie really utilized him enough, to be honest with you. But I think this movie's biggest crime is the underutilization of Henry Rollins as this guy named Sid Gronk. I like Henry Rollins. I like his music, and I like him as an actor. And I think in this movie, to me, Rollins has some of the most funniest scenes, particularly when he first sees Michael Keaton as the snowman, and he reacts like a madman. It's hilarious. And I overall like how Rollins is playing the coach of a hockey team, and he talks to these kids like they're in the major league, and then he just flips it like, play a safe game. It's hilarious. I think Henry Rollins has a lot of underrated humor in this movie. I like it. I think the humor in this movie is fine, though I think this movie does try to do a little too many dirty jokes in an overall kids movie. I could have done without that in a movie like this. If there was any other movie, I wouldn't care. But this movie's catered towards families, and this movie's catered more towards families. I think they could have cut down on a little bit of the suggestive humor. That's just me talking. That's just me. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm 30 now. But when you're watching a kids movie, they're throwing in like jokes that are kind of obvious. Like, I'm okay with doing that in a movie like this. You just gotta be more subtle. This movie's more or less in your face, and that can get kind of distracting, especially when you're talking about like big balls, and when he looks down, he realizes he has no Johnson, and he's like, no. So it is a funny bit in the entire movie. I enjoyed that because I like Michael Keaton's delivery. That's fun stuff. Special effects in this movie, they're okay. Nothing spectacular, nothing life-changing. The snowman, they're going for a cute look. The snowman can look a little bit creepy in certain areas, but I don't mind it. I think the animatronics for it look pretty cool. And I actually like Michael Keaton when he's the snowman. It provides a lot of humor, particularly when he gets into a snowball fight, which is really entertaining. From a production standpoint, the directing and cinematography in this movie is substandard, nothing spectacular. This movie's not a visual masterpiece, but I do think that they do capture the whole Christmas feeling of it, the Christmas feel. No, this is a small town, and it does a good job at capturing a Christmas-like atmosphere, so I'll give it that. I do think this movie can be maybe a little too dark for its own good. Particularly the car crash scene is it's not graphic or anything, but it's kind of dark. It does kind of happen out of nowhere. It's not really distracting, but this movie tries to go for a very friendly, lighthearted tone, and then something serious like that happens, and it's just like, Bursh. And then there's a good chunk of the movie where Charlie is coping. I mean, it's good stuff. I like it. But maybe it was like a little too heavy-handed in a way, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, those are overall my thoughts on Jack Frost, the Michael Keaton movie. It's nothing spectacular, but I do like it. I do enjoy it. It's a safe Christmas movie that when you watch it, you know it's entertaining at least. It does have some good bits to it, does have some good moments to it. The ending is really kind of hokey, where, he gets sent back to heaven. You get to see him in his human form once his snowman form goes out. But yeah, that's it. Also, side note, this movie also showed us that Michael Keaton is a very talented musician. He does two songs in this movie at the beginning and near the middle, and Michael Keaton can really sing. And the two songs are actually really, really good. They're on Spotify actually, so I recommend you check them out. They're called Frosty the Snowman by the Jack Frost Band and Have a Little Faith by the same band as well. Check them out on Spotify. Michael Keaton, the man can sing the blues, and he can do it really, really good. So yeah. So overall, Jack Frost, this is gonna get a 6.5 out of 10. I do enjoy it, though it is kind of forgettable, with the exception of Michael Keaton. But overall, it's harmless. It's entertaining, and you're not going to be bored watching it. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Jack Frost. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. Like the video and subscribe, and I will check you back next time for more.